Bo, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good yourself.
Good, thanks, mate. So, first of all, we know your name's Bo. What's the name of where we are?
Yeah, so we're at Billabong Sanctuary here in Townsville.
And what do you do here?
Yeah, so we're a wildlife park. So the Billabong was established 38 years ago. And I guess it's just grown from a cow paddock to something quite beautiful and spectacular.
So this is all cow land?
Yeah, so this is our farming land. And
all farmland. How long ago again?
Yeah, so 38 years ago.
38 years, and now you've got this beautiful Billabong, which is absolutely huge, and the life is just unbelievable, which you'll see very soon. And what sort of things are around the Billabong? We've got turtles, we've got eels.
So we've got the crest turtle, which is a predominant, reptile species for this area. We also have things like the cormorant, snakeneck cormorants as well. We've got lots of the wandering whistling species. We've got magpie geese. We have pelicans come in as well.
Fish, rainbow fish?
Yeah, so there's rainbow. Unfortunately, we do have other pest species as well, but having such a rich diversity in bird life, that fish, they actually come through and they clean up a lot of the unwanted ones as well. So we've got a lot of the marine birds coming through as well. So kind of just behind the park and over the hill a little bit, we've got the ocean. So looking topographically, we're actually not too far from the ocean.
Yep.
So we do get a lot of the marine birds coming through, as well as many other wetland
and
species.
You've got your ones that obviously are established and stay here.
Yeah.
Is there anything that the park and the workers specialise in here?
Yeah, so we've got quite a large diversity of animals. We're looking very shortly, we should be sitting around the 100 different species with quite a few of what we actually have on site. We're looking at acquiring a lot more of the different endangered species to work in with breeding programs.
Yep.
Currently we have a breeding program which we're part of our Zoos and Aquarium Association, and we're breeding bilbies. So the bilbies then that we've bred, they'll go into the release program.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. And have you been doing that long?
So yeah, it's been established for quite some time, just for the bilbies, but
Yep.
I guess watch this space, we should have a lot more coming shortly.
Absolutely. And location, so we're not far from the beach. Where we located exactly?
So Billabong Sanctuary is located roughly 20 minutes south of the CBD, off the Bruce Highway.
So not far from the airport, not far from the city of Townsville.
Well,
everything's very close here, isn't
everything in Townsville is 20 minutes from somewhere,
yeah,
so we always just say
20 minutes. 20 minutes. It's
Yeah.
Pretty cool. To find a place is not hard. Just like in Townsville, I found out.
You'll see all the signs, the billboards that lead you right to Billabong Sanctuary.
Yep.
And there's a big, massive croc out the front, so it's not hard to miss.
And different types of animals. Now, I've had a good look around all morning, and it's just the different species are fantastic. Yeah, over 100, you said?
We're getting up to the 100 mark. We have a lot more coming. So
we've got koalas, we've got reptiles. Let's go through some.
So we've got looking at endangered species. We have things like the southern hairy-nosed wombat. The koalas are entering into that space as well. We have bilbies. We're working with the Zoos and Aquarium Association to see if we can have devils brought up.
Oh wow, that'd be great.
Which will start the breeding program for the devils for North Queensland.
Yep.
Which isn't exactly easy, introducing a southern animal to a tropical environment. So we've got
sure, absolutely,
working on a massive temperature controlled unit so the animals can live comfortably.
So I've been up here nearly 2 weeks, and every day is getting hotter. And if I come back in a couple of months, it's going to be twice as hot here.
Yeah, it's going to get a lot hotter.
I have a sweat towel back there, and I just can't stop using it. I'm a sweater anyway, but wow, I do love the heat. I just can't handle it much, but yeah, beats the cold. At the moment, it's freezing down in Melbourne, where I'm from, so it's great to be here. Any particular animals that you're going to increase? Cassowaries?
Yeah, so we have just had a male cassowary come up, which is starting with our breeding program as well.
So you've got a female and a male, and that female bird is absolutely gorgeous. Literally the best looking cassowary I've ever come across. She's gorgeous, and she's very somewhat tamed.
Yeah, so she was a hand-raised chick. She was hand-raised from the age of 6 months. And she's been in with human interaction ever since, so she's currently almost 10.
And she's a She's a big girl. She's a big girl.
Yeah, her body structure, her cast, everything on the body's perfect. So, and to help out, I've worked with cassowaries on and off for 17 plus years.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
I've also had a lot to do with rehab of chicks after Cyclone Larry.
Yep.
When they came through, so we hand raised a couple of chicks and they were released back up into the hills of Innisfail, Tully and that area.
Amazing bird, like I call it a dinosaur bird when I'm doing a wildlife show. It's just like looking at a dinosaur. It's amazing. Those colours and...
Have a look at the actual skeletal structure. This is in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
When you look at the Velociraptor. Jurassic Park portrayed the Velociraptor as being this ferocious, reasonable sized dinosaur, but in hindsight the Velociraptor apparently was only a couple of feet in height and it was actually feathered and small, so it was a lot different.
I've seen some new sketches. They look pretty cool, don't they?
Yeah, so and if you actually have a look at the skeletal structure of a cassowary, again in my opinion, you bring the arms forward, you've got the little arms,
yeah,
you
absolutely.
How they tuck back, but you bring them forwards and you've got the talon that's facing the opposite direction, so rotate the talon round, you almost have a larger sized Velociraptor.
Absolutely. The work on dinosaurs at the moment, the last probably 10 years, is amazing. What we're finding out and connecting dots that have never been connected. So I love my dinosaurs. Most reptile wildlife people do. How many animals have gone through that? Your staff, do you have a lot of staff working here?
We've got up to 15 staff on site, and we've got a variety of skill sets, departments. So we have got your, like as zoos have, we have the mammals department, the bird department, reptiles department. We've got quite a few staff in each department.
Yep.
And they range from one of the staff who's a doctor in his field through to staff that have just entered in the space of working with wildlife and zookeeping. So we've got a large diversity.
I think a good business, non-profit or profit, wildlife or non-wildlife, comes down to good management and your workers. Like you must look after your workers, and if you've got good workers and that stability there, I think anything can be possible. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And look, we have myself. I've got a wildlife background. I also worked in the space with complex trauma in children. I also looked and did animal therapy with children as well, so I've got quite a diverse background, but I've been, I guess, one of the lucky ones. I've had the time to work with brown bears from Syria. I've worked with cats from all over Africa and Asia. I've worked with different ungulates from over Africa as well. I've worked in the US with wolves for a little bit, and then I've worked with native animals from both mammals, reptiles, birds, invertebrates. So I've been lucky. The curator for the park, his name's Ray, and he's an African keeper as well.
Yep.
But he's also got quite a significant amount of experience with native flora as well.
And so it's a family business.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, family business.
Volunteers, you have many volunteers?
We could always use more. Volunteers, although people just say there's volunteers keep many businesses afloat and running.
Absolutely, 100%.
Especially when there's times where, like currently with school holidays, it gets exceptionally busy. So having that extra set of hands or someone that can maybe run between keepers, or even it comes down to maybe preparing food for some of the animals or anything. But yeah, volunteers are exceptionally important.
Yeah,
we
absolutely
are lucky. We have a program that we have volunteers from overseas. They come and work, and some stay for around 3 months.
Yep.
Some might stay for a month, and but we have the ability to have them in and train them up. And I know throughout Europe it's really hard for them to get jobs in zoos. So by them coming across, we can help them out with a reference, and they go back and hopefully get a position back in their home countries.
Everyone's happy to get the experience, because you can go to school and do courses and do all sorts of stuff like that, and that's great. I believe in the schooling for sure, but if you're not hands-on, you're just not going to make it. You've got to be hands-on. You can't just know about that snake or that koala. You need to know how to treat it, feed it, pick it up. Have that hands-on as well as that other knowledge.
Although our keepers are in departments, every single keeper generally has to be quite diverse and work other departments as well.
Yep.
We offer our staff...
Which is most parks, private parks, I like that.
We offer our staff the ability, if they're in mammals or the bird department, they want to learn more about elapids or venomous snakes, they have the ability to opt to learn how to handle. They can do shows. We do require every single staff member on site to work to a level 2 in croc handling. So in the event of an emergency, they're all skilled and can help out at any stage.
Oh, that's great.
They can also, every single staff member has to be able to do a croc show as well, whether it be in or out of the enclosure.
Yep.
Although
you're getting that knowledge and that interaction with people and the experience, and you're there to back up your workers, which is good. because I think working with animals is all about backup. If you're doing a show and something happens there, you need that backup. Boom, boom, boom.
Also really good for them too to try and get large croc experience can be exceptionally hard. So
I mean, it's not like you can. Yeah, we're talking about crocodiles, pretty amazing animal. Can't just sort of get that experience anywhere. So it's great opportunity.
We're about to actually welcome our 4th species of crocodile. Here.
Wow! So we have here what?
We have the estuarine crocodile, the saltwater crocodile.
Yep. Biggest crocodile in the world.
Yep, and our biggest one's 5.1.
Biggest reptile in the world too.
And 1.1 tonne at least.
1.1 tonne croc. Wow.
So we have the freshwater crocodile, so that's the endemic species to Australia.
My favourite, the old freshies.
We have the American alligator. So we have...
And another one of my favourites.
And we're just wading through, so hopefully very soon we will have the Nova Guinea from New Guinea. So the New Guinea freshwater crocodile, which is actually the 27th species, so the last species described.
Wow, okay.
So we'll be welcoming them very shortly.
That's fantastic. And is it hard getting stuff from overseas and exotic stuff?
So we're not really targeting overseas and importing. We're using what's on already in Australia. So we're working closely with another institute, and they've opted to send some down to us to have on display.
Absolutely. Future goals for the park here?
Yeah, I guess it's just expanding. We're looking constantly at what packages we can offer, improving our brand. So very shortly, we're about to release our strategic plan for the next couple of years.
Yep.
And that will, I guess, include new products that we're going to be offering, new tours, and we're going to really lift up the game with education and that kind of stuff too. So there's going to be tours, I guess, for all walks of life.
Awesome.
And for all species. We're not just going to focus on one.
Yeah.
A lot with croc safety, whether it be koalas, then we have wetland species.
Yeah.
Marsupials in general, ratites. It's just reptiles, everything. We've got something for everyone.
Absolutely. And the main purpose of the park is obviously education, conservation, get people off the couch and the kids off the PlayStations.
And this is the biggest thing when we look at North Queensland and I guess anywhere in the northern areas of Australia. A big focus of what we do is with croc safety.
So, favourite reptile? I know it's a hard one, or can be. We ask this question to everyone.
Look, I love my crocs. I have never worked with, but it was on my bucket list to work with the gharial.
So they're pretty unique, aren't they? And where are they found again?
Very unique species, critically endangered. They're found in India. With going back not long back, they were less than 200 left in the wild. So the species is on the brink of extinction, unfortunately.
And they have the real skinny snouts.
Yeah, they do. So the sexual dimorphism of the species, the male's obviously a lot larger, and they have a bulbous-like wart in the end of the nose. But being, I guess, a predominant fish feeder with a longer jaw structure and quite narrow.
Yeah.
However,
long, skinny teeth.
To answer the question, I think the estuarine croc or the saltwater croc takes the cake with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the saltwater crocodile, it's the biggest reptile, the biggest crocodile, and pretty amazing. So where else so if people don't know, a saltwater crocodile is found? It's not just Australia. A lot of people think that, but it's actually not.
So no, they're not an endemic species to Australia. They're found through the Indo-Pacific.
Awesome. So look, thanks very much for having us here. It's been fantastic. We've had a little look around and done some filming, and we've got some more to do. But yeah, I've absolutely loved it here. You don't know when you go to certain places what it's going to be like. Substrate was fine, clean, water's fresh, the workers fantastic. People here all day have been happy and smiles, and like I said, all the shows that you do, which you don't charge for, are fantastic. The feeding of crocodiles and feeding of turtles and eels and everything else that's in there. It's pretty crazy. I didn't expect eels to come up when it was turtle feeding time.
Yeah, look, the owner does pride himself on the perspective of the park itself has a lot of free things. Yeah. So no matter if you're from a very wealthy family or someone that is not from as wealthy families, there's still things here for everyone to enjoy. So we like to pride ourselves on a very interactive wildlife park where people can handle crocodiles for free, they can handle snakes for free.
That's right, and like we were saying earlier, if people get to touch things, pat things instead of just seeing things, it really stays there in their mind, and they'll never forget. So it's great. And freshwater crocodiles, my favourite crocodile. Got a lot here. How many do you reckon you've got?
So we've only got 15.
Oh, okay.
We've got 15 in that one enclosure, and then we have some of last year's hatchlings still out the back, and we've just started to see the first of the diggings coming through. So they'll within
That's a good little population.
With the next couple of months, we should have a lot more coming through.
Awesome. So look, thanks for having us here. We've got part 2 coming up of this show. Before we continue, one of your links will be in the description of this show. The name of the park and where people can find you once more.
Yeah, so we're Billabong Sanctuary. We're 20 minutes south of the CBD along the Bruce Highway. You can't miss us with all the big billboards on the way. You can get in contact with us via our website, which is www.billabongsanctuary.com.au, or you can actually jump on our socials, which is on Facebook and Instagram also.
And you're pretty huge. Just Google your name and you just come up quite a lot, so it's fantastic.
And don't be shy with jumping on and giving us a follow and an ad. It's always good.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, mate. It's been a pleasure. Cheers.
Kitty photo, Raymond? See little one. Here you go, little one. The little one needs the skin cycle. Oh, did you hear that snack? No, there's not moving.
I need to trim this tree out. Gets too big. Alright, good afternoon guys, how are we all? Awesome. Welcome to Billabong Sanctuary. My name's Bo and I'm going to take you through for this afternoon's croc feeding. But before we go any further, I'll just make a couple more introductions. Off the side here I have Alex. Alex will be feeding the big fella coming in now. And I've got Nick at the back here to make sure nothing unforeseen is going to happen through the next half an hour or so. And if for some unknown reason we get attacked, Nick is the one that's going to save us. Skilled in many areas, and he's going to jump in and rip us out of the mouth of big old Bully right here in front of us. But you probably saw Bully come up before. He'll come up even further and graze us with his presence. He's just pretending we can't see him at the moment, but he'll pop up in a second. But guys, when we look at crocodiles, most people refer to the crocodile as being a very prehistoric or dinosaur-like creature. And in fact, if we actually have a look at the evolution and timeline of crocs, we can actually date back to around 200 million years ago. Now, 200 million years of evolution, a lot of things have changed, but the crocodiles 200 million years ago were not a true crocodilian species. They represented everything we have here today, but they were not a true croc. As time progressed, more species came about, which led us to around the 125 million year mark, which saw the rise of the genus, the Sarcosuchus. Now these two, with many species, very crocodile-like, but much like the crocodiles 200 million years ago, they are not a true crocodile. It wasn't until the 65 million year mark we saw the rise of this species right here, which is called the Crocodilus porosus, the saltwater croc, the estuarine croc, or the Indo-Pacific croc. An animal of many names. Some are misleading, some are kind of bogan, and some are kind of weird. But when we have a look at the scientific name, it translates to a large pebbled worm. Doesn't really make a great deal of sense. However, he's a bit on the lazy side today, we'll look at that, but if we have a look at their spine, we've got these osteoderms. They run in rows down their back. The osteoderms are made from fragments of bone in the dermal layers, and these have that pebbled appearance. Now, when we look at the factor, we call it the worm. Through Chinese mythology, the worm actually translates to dragon. So it makes a lot more sense if we were to call it the large pebbled dragon. Now, for most of you Aussies here, we refer to it as the salty, or the saltwater croc. It's a pretty bogan and misleading term.
when we actually have a look at the salties distribution, 80 to 90% of saltwater crocs live in estuaries, billabongs, wetlands, river systems. So we like to call it the estuarine croc. Now for those of us from overseas, this crocodile actually has another name, and that's the Indo-Pacific croc, as it's not an endemic species here to Australia. Now, over 65 million years, this species was responsible for many other animals coming. So in fact, the crocodile is responsible for the rise of over 10,000 other individual species. 26 further species of crocodile, totaling 27 here today. But they were responsible for another broad group of animals, and this was the birds. So everything from the hummingbird, the finch, all these dainty fine little species, right up through to the elephant bird and the moa, the larger ratites from New Zealand that are currently extinct. But this is responsible for over 10,000 avian life. Now for this other species of crocodile we have, it's broken into 3 groups. Our first group are the true crocs, and this guy is a representation of that. So a larger triangle-shaped snout, an uneven dentition in the teeth, and the salt gland. The second group are our alligators. Alligators are a lot different. Now most people just refer to the gator as being an American species. However, part of the alligator family, we also have our caiman. Now for the whole group, they're found through the lower part of Florida in the US, South America, and also into China. Now the Chinese alligators are critically endangered species with less than 200 left in the wild, so the number's declining also. So they aren't a managed species, but still critically endangered. And the last on the list is the gharial. Now the gharial is a very unique species. They are large growing. In fact, a large male can exceed lengths of up to 5 meters. They have a very obscure shaped snout with a jaw length of up to 1 meter in length and about 4 to 5 inches in width. So their dietary requirements aren't going to be the same as a crocodile, as having small jaws, so they will grab onto small objects like wetlands, birds, mammals, but they're a predominant fish feeder. Now, these guys here have many characteristics that have helped them stay around for a significant period of time. So for hunting, these guys have gained the ability to be one of the most successful predaceous creatures we have on Earth. And if we actually have a look at the sensories of their bodies, this helps to look at how great they actually are at hunting. So you have the nasal disc right on the end of its snout, the eyes and ears perched right behind it. Now these sensories sit on the top 2 to 3% of the crocodile's body, helping it to hear, see and smell with just exposing a small part of the body. So by placing your head up, you can actually submerge the rest of the body and you can hear, see and smell with only this fine little part showing, which may make you look like a bit of floating debris, a rock, log or something like that. So it helps them camouflage in. Now to aid to these sensories, under the water you've got on the lower part of the jaw, you've got the dermal vibration receptors. And that helps them feel any kind of vibration or movement on the bank and in the water. So when they go to hunt, being a very behavioural species, they are also a species that will take anything down if they get the opportunity. However, they do not want to be exposed. They don't want to miss their prey because you never know when the next animal is going to come down to the riverside. So he sits and he waits. Now if a cow comes down to the water's edge and starts lapping for the water, he's not going to launch out for it straight away unless he knows he's going to actually get it. So he wants to make this cow feel comfortable. So every day this cow comes down to the water's edge, he comes closer. Now after day 3 and day 4, day 5, that crocodile is in position, and when the cow comes down, he launches an attack. Now as he launches out, that cow may lift its head, but it hasn't got time to react. So he's grabbed the cow on the chest, and now he has to subdue this animal. So how this is done is by a death roll to knock him off his footing. You can then drag it into the water, and in conjunction with the hardest bite out of any animal on Earth, an uneven dentition in the teeth, and the ability to head shake and death roll, you've crushed, perforated, torn, and ripped that section of the body straight off. Now when we look at his dietary requirements, most people would say this big beast here needs a huge amount of food. In fact, this is actually far from the truth. Crocodiles do not need much food. And in fact, this large creature eats significantly less than us. He can, however, eat up to 10% of his own body weight in a sitting. He would be around the 500-600 kilos. But this amount of food is not going to be every day. Now, for a reptile, he has the ability to control his own metabolism via the heart rate and his body temperature. So for something like this, he can actually slow everything right down to the point where the body almost goes into a state of torpor. By dropping the body temperature, that can allow him to go over a year and a half without any food at all before it's seen as actually detrimental to his body. And I've seen this many times with crocodiles that come in from the wild. They go into a sulking mode, they drop to the bottom. And this one croc we did have went well over a year and a half without any food at all. And his body condition stayed relatively the same. Right guys, we might head on down and meet another croc. We might see if he might be a little bit more reactive, but I can't guarantee anything. But if we want to go back out here, back onto the main pathway, walk down to the big blue tree, chuck it right there, and we'll meet Jupiter and we'll continue feeding from down there.